So we're still trying to figure out how we're going to migrate to another system. And in this case, we're going to do an asynchronous tap on a synchronous piece, right? We don't want to lockstep these two systems. We could actually send the same message to both systems as web calls. That's an option. And then what happens if one of those is down or misprocesses, what answer are we going to give people, right? Or the upstream transactional system. So in this case, we'll pick an approach where we peel off those web calls and we turn them into events. We send those events, we create a loose coupling to the new system by doing the events. And in theory, that would work pretty well, but it turns out there's also some weirdness here, right? So when we do an API call, the API call might be rejected. So I saw a system where we were going to copy the web events and put them in the other system. And then it turned out we were actually going to put events into that other system that didn't actually get processed because they were rejected due to business rules. And the other system needed to know they were rejected. Like if we want to do compatibility, right? Like if they were rejected, we could never send anything to the other system. But if we were going to send it, then we also wanted, anyway, you get the idea, right? So this approach works good, but like you can't just asynchronously fork off stuff of an asynchronous message because you're going to want to know, did it get processed? Was data changed? What was the return for that, right? And there's no event stream. Like, are you going to separately tap the request and response event stream, or are you going to hang around and bundle the request and the response and send them both downstream? And then you can use that for validating. Anyway, you can do what you want, but the point here is, in this case, we decided to use some kind of API gateway to create a tap, send that down to downstream, and then we realized that the two systems still won't be in sync because the business rules might reject that request or change it, and then the other system needs to know to do the same thing. Oh.